What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to the channel, and we have a breaking news topic here over the past couple hours at the time of recording this regarding the Mets managerial search and who looks like the early favorite to land in Queens as their next manager, and all signs are indicating that yes, it may very well be Buck Showalter. So that's what I'll be breaking down in today's video. The latest reports, what is the significance of them, and how likely is it for Buck to be the next manager in Queens, and so much more. So as always, folks, make sure you stay all the way till the end of the video for all the details on my thoughts on Showalter and his current connection to the New York Mets. And again, folks, if you end up enjoying this kind of Mets content and you want to see more great Mets content like this, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, sharing this video with your friends, on the notification bell, all those great things. Thank you all so much for the continued support, folks. Now let's jump right into today's video. All right, folks, so as many of you know by now, a report came out last night from Mike Puma for the New York Post saying that yes, the Mets are working rather quickly in this interview process and do hope to have a potential hire at the managerial position by the end of next week, right around Friday at the time of recording this. So the Mets are moving fast, they're not rushing anything, but everything's going smoothly as according to plan, something very different than the search for a president of baseball operations and or GM that took a month and a half plus. Really a Jekyll and Hyde difference here, which they ended up hiring Billy Epler as GM, of course, and he's done a great job thus far, in my opinion, and many Mets fans would agree. But now we have reports that have come out today that really indicate who very well looks like the favorite for Mets manager, and this originally came out through Michael Marino. Check him out on Twitter, I'll have it in the description down below. Says that yes, Steve Cohen favorites someone like Buck Showalter as the next manager for the New York Mets. And while Billy Epler is the one controlling these interviews, at least the first round of interviews, without Steve Cohen actually being a part of the interview process, he has made it known that yes, he would like Buck Showalter if possible. So that is very much what the Mets may very well be going down in line with. And then we have a further report shortly after that from Pat Ragazzo, who covers the New York Mets through an affiliate with Sports Illustrated, does a great job. Came out with the following, that yes, Max Scherzer, the record-breaking signing for the Mets at 3 years, $130 million, wants Buck Showalter, would prefer him at least as the hire for the Mets. And this really shouldn't come as a surprise, because clearly Max Scherzer brought up the topic, or at least Scott Boras, one of the two did, both of them did, I'm sure, in the interview process to ultimately sign with the Mets in regards to who's going to be the next manager for the Mets. What kind of direction are they trying to go down? So Scherzer has given his input. We'll see how significant that ends up being. Obviously, Steve Cohen's input is more important than anything else, considering that's a guy that signs the checks. He's the owner at the end of the day, and if he's favoring someone like Buck, then more than likely we're going to see Buck be a heavy finalist, if not for certain the next manager in Queens. But Billy Epler still does have say here, and there's a lot of people that they still have yet to interview. So make sure to check out my live stream later today at 6 p.m. Eastern time, whether you watch it live or on replay, on all the latest regarding the Mets managerial search, because they currently have 6 people in consideration right now that they're doing interviews with, and it could very well add on to that. So even though that Buck looks like the favorite right now, they're still going through this process. So if you want to find out about all those individual candidates and all the latest news further, make sure to check out that live stream as always. But yes, going back to Buck again, he's someone that clearly the Mets are trying to go down that route. That's something that they've been favoring. As I've talked about in previous videos and live streams, Buck Showalter is someone that Billy Epler personally wanted as his manager in his final year with the Angels before his contract was expiring, knowing that they were in a win now stage. But of course, Marino, the owner for the Angels, said no. They went with Joe Maddon instead, and they haven't had a winning season in LA with the Angels since. So Buck has been a free agent for a bit, as we know, over 20 years, right around their managerial experience, most recently with the Baltimore Orioles, has connections to Billy Epler during their time respectively, because it was different times when the New York Yankees organization, when Billy Epler was the assistant GM to Brian Cashman. So there's plenty of connections there. Buck knows what it takes to win in NY. He knows how to handle the media, and he's clearly trying to go for this job, knowing that it isn't as much about the Mets, even though that's important. It's also about him personally, and that's something that a good friend of mine at New York Yankees Recaps, make sure to check him out in the description down below, mentioned me on Twitter how, you know, Buck has really done a lot in his career, but he hasn't won it all. So him coming isn't about the money and isn't about, you know, just parting ways with MLB Network. It's really about just giving himself another chance to really go at it in the next couple of years and see what happens. So clearly, if this is the route the Mets want to go down, it's a short-term route. No, as long as Buck Showalter is going to be adaptive and willing to listen within the front office and his coaching staff around him, then hopefully great things are going to happen, folks. But that's it for this one. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about Buck Showalter looking like the favorite right now to be the next manager in Queens? Do you like that? Do you not like that? And of course, like I said, folks, make sure to check out the live stream later tonight on further info on these reports and also all the individual candidates, everything there is to know about them, because nothing is certain right now. But yes, it does look like Buck is the favorite to land in Queens. So thank you so much again, folks. Really appreciate it. If you ended up enjoying this kind of Mets content and you want to see more great Mets content like this, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, sharing this video with your friends, on the notification bell, all those great things. I'll talk to you later, folks. Of course, let's go Mets, baby.